Ah, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to BucosLocker. Coming to you again. Subscribe, like, comment, share on all the videos. Don't forget to hit the notification bell icon to notify you on all new videos that's posted on this channel. Shouts out to all the Pirates and Sea Bandits. Keep supporting the channel. Shout out to everybody in the Bucs community. Keep supporting the team. And shout out to everybody in the NFL across the league. You know, all the fan bases out there. Everybody kind of calming down now, getting ready for the draft. All these pro days happening. Every team doing something right now. Got something going on and got the news going on around the NFL. But over here in Bucs land, we doing some things here and there. You know, so this video is not gonna be long. I'm not in the locker room right now. I'm actually on my phone. I'm shooting this video on my phone. So yeah. So who we got in the building? Who do we got? We got Brent, King Cook, Young Geezy, the originals, Perry Mathis. You know. You want to talk about crypto? You got time? Matter of fact, what's going on with the crypto community? It's quiet over there, ain't it? Crypto kind of done fell off big time. Nobody really talking about it. It's not national news anymore. Not talking about Dogecoin and Shiba Inu and Solana and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and, you know, Ethereum 2.0 and, you know, Gods Unchained and Fluky and Safe Moon and Safe Mars and, you know, I'm not talking about those no more. Nobody talking about crypto no more, man. Crypto done fell off, man. All those advertisements and those crypto influencers, they was all making all these videos and these tweets and all that. People done kind of, that phase done came and gone. You know what I'm saying? It's out of here right now. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I still got mine. I still got my crypto. I ain't letting mine go, just in case. Just letting y'all know. Just in case. Just in case it go booming again. I won't miss it. I'll tell you that much. But yeah. So in other news, in Bucs news, Wayne Jackson, what's up? Jason Garrett clap. What up, Mr. Everything Bucs? I see you, man. I see you. I see you, baby. JR dot pay. Yeah, I know. And see, I could have had. I'm gonna let y'all in a little secret. I could have had Bitcoin. Well, I had Bitcoin, and I had those things back in like 2013. I'll give y'all a little insight. I had those coins way back before it all boomed. You know what I'm saying? Way before it boomed, back in 13, like 2012, 2013. I had Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and there was one more. And but there was under like a share builder account, something like that, before Coinbase existed. And I didn't know what it was. I bought it and I was like, and then I got impatient. I was like, this ain't doing that. This ain't. I'm losing money. So I got rid of my Bitcoins and my Litecoin and my Ethereum. I was like, whatever. And then before the actual boom, I had a Coinbase account back in 2017, and I didn't do anything with it. And so when I think back and I look back on the whole situation, if I would have jumped on the Dogecoin, the Shiba Inu, and Solana, and all these other coins that's out there, you know, that was coming from scratch. You know what I'm saying? The XLM, the XRP, you know, all these coins that's been out, the OGs, right? Before they caught the wave, I would have had those coins like back in 2017, 18. So in 2020, well, actually like 2019, 2020, when the pandemic hit and the coins started booming and they started skyrocketing, you know, 10,000%, 43,000%, 15,000%, I would have caught all that wave, but I didn't take advantage of it. So this time, I'm gonna keep all my stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep all my coins that I have now. I don't know when it's gonna happen again, but I'm making sure I'm keeping my stuff. Yes, yes indeed. But you got your it's an asset, you know. So always keep assets on you. You never know. You never know. Ghost, Splinterlands, SPS. You know all those coins out there. You know those meme coins and those stable coins. Keep them. You know they might not be worth nothing now, but you just never know. And I'm not finna miss that again. So anyway, so the Bucs are still kind of making I gotta fix this little thing here. The Bucs are still making moves, um light moves though, not heavy moves. They're making decent moves. I wouldn't say major moves, but these moves will have an impact on the team. I will say that. And they so they resigned. Well, the biggest news for the Bucs is they signed a kicker, former Indianapolis Colt kicker. Kickers move around unless you like an elite kicker, like the kickers are moving around. Like it is what it is. Unless Justin Tucker, you staying with the Ravens. You know what I'm saying? But the Bucs did sign a kicker after letting go Ryan Suckup not too long, several days ago. Um, Chase McLaughlin, 26-year-old. He has a big leg. He can make kicks over 50 yards, which the Bucs sorely needed last year. The Bucs let go some points. They had some points they left on the table because of the kicker not having the leg, and so that changed your game plan when you get inside the 50-yard line. You can't rely on your kicker to kick a 52-yard field goal and be accurate. So this guy this football player Chase McLaughlin, 13 McLaurin McLaughlin I said McLaughlin McLaurin. I'm having a tongue twister thing, but 13 for out of 16. And out of the last 2 seasons, he's made 13 out of 16 kicks over 50 yards. That is huge. And that's very important for the Bucs. And I want y'all to keep in mind too, the Bucs have a first place schedule. Y'all understand what that means? They have a first place schedule. So what that entails is that means your schedule is going to be hard. You're going to have the hardest schedule because you are your division champions. Division champions don't get the easy way out. It's a reason why they put that setup in like that. Because if they didn't put the setup in like that, then that means if your team will get easy schedules every year, but it's just not fair. Let's try to keep some type of parity there. So the Bucs do have a first place schedule. So this kicker here, Chase McLaurin, we're gonna need him. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough season, and we're gonna have to make some kicks. We're not gonna score a lot of points. I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? As of right now, I just don't see the Bucs becoming this offensive juggernaut, putting up 25 points a game with Baker Mayfield. I just don't see it. Wishful thinking. If it happens, great. Or with Kyle Trask. I just don't see where we can put up so many points when we couldn't do that with Tom Brady. I still can't get it out of my head because that's just logic. That's just logic in my head. A quarterback that was significantly better than the quarterbacks we have now. We didn't do anything with him. 8, 9, 18 points a game. And all of a sudden, I just don't see myself convincing myself that, Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask will put up more points, more yards, more touchdowns, more yards per play. It's just kind of hard to fathom that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just being the football reality. Now, the wishful thinking of me, I can be optimistic and say, oh yeah, the Bucs offense is gonna be good. Baker Mayfield's gonna be healthy. He's gonna throw the ball. Show his his arm strength and whatever the case may be. And I can do that. And I just did it. But every time I do something like that, I just go back and just think. I'll be like, it's kind of hard for me to sit in the mirror with my jersey on and just say that. You know what I'm saying? And the best thing you can wish for the Bucs is to be competitive, right? Be competitive because you don't want to see your team look terrible. Because last year it wasn't great. It was below average. 8-9 is below average. And you want your team to be competitive. And they'll win some games. Don't get me wrong. They're not gonna go 2-15 or nothing like that, or 3-13, or 3-14, or 4-13 type situation, or down to 5. I don't see a 5-12. Right around that 6-8 range at best. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at right now. And the draft, it can change. The draft can change that, but that schedule it ain't pretty. Now we don't have the dates lined up of who's playing who, but I will say this though, and I know y'all know this: we're not going to have a ton of primetime games, so you cut it out. You can convince yourself all day long. Who wants to see Baker Mayfield on TV? Nobody's calling for that. No, the football world is not calling to see the Bucs with Baker Mayfield on TV several times this season. 5 primetime games. You know what's so crazy? On Parallel Universe, the Bucs do get 4 primetime games. Do you understand why we gonna get those primetime games? Drama. Because of the player. Not because of the team. We're not getting primetime games because we're the Bucs. Let's make that clear. Because we wouldn't get them before. And the only reason why you got them the last couple of years is because of one player. Well, a couple of players, but you get what I'm saying. So this year, we don't have that mystique. We have a player that draws attention. Unnecessary attention. So maybe they might spin that narrative and say, oh, we're going to give the Bucs 3 or 4, maybe 5 primetime games because we want to see what Baker do. So that's the reason why we'll get primetime games. We will not get primetime games because of, unfortunately, we won't get primetime games because of Mike Evans and Lavonte David and Chris Godwin and Vita. We're not getting primetime games because of Carlton Davis and Jamel Dean. We're not getting that. We're getting, if we get any primetime games, it's because of one player, once again. And it sucks because they don't respect the Bucs in general. They think we're just some scrapyard metal just laying around type team. But like I said before, we're looking to sell tickets too. So, but I think that'll be a good thing that we don't get primetime games. We can be under the radar because if you get primetime games and we lose them with Baker Mayfield, laughing stock of the NFL. Oh, you know what's gonna happen. It's going to get to the point where you're going to have to put Kyle Trask in. Or the other way around. If Kyle Trask's not doing good, you're going to hear the Baker chants. Baker, 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 Baker. You know, that's going to get annoying. I'm very curious to see how many Baker Mayfield jerseys trotting around Tampa. That's going to tell me a lot about some of you Bucs fans. Riding the wave of somebody else. But you're not riding the Mike Evans wave and the Chris Godwin wave and the Vita wave and the Lavonte wave and the Jamel Dean and Carlton Davis wave, the Antoine Winfield wave. You're not riding those waves. You're looking for something else. You're trying to ride somebody else's wave. Tag along. You did it with Brady. I didn't ride the wave. I rode the Bucs wave. I didn't ride the Brady wave. It's clear to see that. I rode the Bucs wave. I'm a real Bucs fan. Like, true to heart. When we draft players, I go hard on them. I don't go hard on players that's already established somewhere else because I don't have no connection with them. I saw them over there winning. This is why it's imperative that the Bucs draft well. I really want the Bucs to draft well. And like I said, we'll discuss these videos. We'll discuss in more in depth with these videos as I go through player breakdowns or prospect breakdowns, starting with the trenches. I don't care about no running back. I don't care about no receiver. I don't care about. I'm going to start with the trenches. I'm going to start with the O line. I'm going to go to the D line, the edge rushers. I'm going to start right over there. Period. So don't ask me talk about these other positions, because the first several videos will be about the trenches. And when I'm done with the trenches, then I will address the other positions, and they'll probably be consolidated. But I'm going to do the trenches very carefully, very specifically. O-line, D-line, edge rushers. So we might spend a lot more time there than other positions. So do not ask me about these other positions. It's just not going to get an answer. Because right now I'm already reviewing highlights and stuff like that and write-ups. I'm not thinking about running backs. I'm not thinking about quarterbacks. I'm not thinking about tight ends. I'm not thinking about none of that. So I'm just giving y'all heads up. Do not ask me. I'm not answering those questions because I'm trying to get this trenches down, Pat, because for the second year in a row, this is very important that the Bucs address this. You cannot miss this draft. You can't do it again. Last year, okay, cool, you know. And the year before that, so 2 consecutive drafts, not heavily high-impact players. You know, Logan Hall, JTS, Luke Gedicke. Not high-impact players. Right now, they're just Jags. Now, they can turn to be high-impact players, but right now, those guys are just Jags. The 2021 draft class and the 2022 draft class in the trenches are just Jags. I hate to say that. It's just Jags. There's nothing to be scared of. So this draft, I want guys that can be in the trenches. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Anyway, so also the Bucs did sign, they re-signed Tristian, former USF player. He had 1 sack last year. Very short guy, about 6 foot, you know, about 300. He was a bowling ball, you know, about 290, 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? That was a depth signing. He's not gonna make an significant impact. You know, he's from the crib. So shout out to Tristian. He's not going to. He was a 3rd round draft pick too. He's not going to wow you. Just added depth piece. That's all. So congratulations to Tristian on that situation. But in other news, I do want to bring this up before I close this video out. Julio Fulio, Cowboys, and Scotty Miller, Falcons. Really, Scotty? That's how you feel? So you know how that's gonna work, right, folks? Scotty Miller signed with the Falcons. What's that about? You trying to stick it to us because we didn't give you no playing time? That's what it is? Because it'd be very funny that he goes to the Falcons and gets a ton of playing time. So I'm going to know what that means. You mad that you got passed up by Russell Gage. You didn't get a lot of playing time. Now, granted, he probably felt like he should have got some playing time, but we, as Bucs fans, we're kind of like, all right, Scotty, like, your time is up. And I could probably have that. I could probably speak for a lot of us. A lot of us probably felt that way, or thought that way of like, all right, Scotty, time is up. You know what I'm saying? Time is up. So, it is what it is. Robert, what's up? Putty. Neil L, what's up, man? Trill G Ward 2, Bucs Life, what's up? Jonathan, what's up? JR Dot, Mr. Bucs Everything, you know, Hank, what's up, buddy? You know the yeah, I got you. You all right? You all right with me? I'm going back. I'm scrolling back to see who came in the locker room. Well, I'm not in the locker room right now, but Damien, what's up, man? Exclusive Garvey, man. But most of us had the sentiments of it's a wrap. You've been here for a few years, Scotty. You had your memorable moments, especially in the what's up, Friday Cannons? See, you acknowledge. But he had his moments. You know, had that big catch right before halftime against the Packers in the 2020 playoff run, right? And then he had a big catch last year too, I believe, against the Rams, I believe. Um, and he did what he could. Shout out to Scotty Miller. Scotty too hotty. That's what I get. I thought he was gonna turn to be something to a degree, right? I didn't think he was gonna be an upper tier receiver or a player like that, but I thought he could be somebody that we can just kind of like hold on to. You know, he's fast, but you know, being a one-trick pony don't only get you so far. So he's going to the Falcons or the Falcons. You know, Falcons and Panthers and Saints, they've made a lot of moves. I would say this. Those three teams have made way more moves than us. Now, that doesn't equate to wins, but they have been very active. Those three teams have been very active. We have been the least active team outside of our own guys. Outside of the Baker Mayfield, we have Chase Edmonds. I mean, we haven't really done anything outside of that. Because we had to kind of strip our roster down a little bit. Oh, that's a little bit. We had to strip our roster down and make some cuts, make some tough decisions. You know, Mike Edwards, Murphy Bunton, and, you know, all those old free agents. You know, we had to let those guys go. And it's funny, nobody's still trying to pick those guys up. Top 5 roster. Remember? I ain't gonna let y'all forget that. Why are nobody picking those guys up? So Keanu Neal to the Steelers. Whoop-de do. The main question is, why hasn't anyone picked up Donovan Smith? I want to know. Why hasn't nobody picked up Donovan Smith? Don't worry, I'll wait, Mr. Smitty. First down, yep. First down. I don't care. I don't want to hear that. First down. You wish. What's up, man? Why hasn't anybody picked up Donovan Smith? I want to know. That's Jason Light pick. Told y'all. What I tell y'all about Donovan Smith? Y'all tried to hype him up in 2020. PFF said that Donovan Smith was... Nope. Keep listening to PFF. Keep on. That's why I keep telling y'all. Hashtag, what do your eyes tell you? Not what somebody else tell you. What does your eyes tell you? Don't go against your eyes. Don't go against your eyes. When your eyes say something ain't right, better stick to it. Because when you try to start convincing yourself that it's more than what it is, then you're trying to convince yourself it's more than meets the eye, you are screwed. That's why I stay with that hashtag. And a lot of these takes I give y'all, it's literally what my eyes tell me. It's not to gaslight anything or downplay anything or big up somebody or it's not none of that. It's literally what I'm seeing with my eyes. You know? I'm not trying to cause any shock value, you know. But just saying, Donovan Smith, man. What's up, bruh? You might get re-signed with the Bucs for cheap and play guard. That might be your best bet. Why don't you just think about that, Donovan Smith? Think about it, man. 6'5", 300 pounds, slow foot. You could be an excellent guard, left guard. I think he'll be a hell of a guard. I really do. But that's a telltale sign that nobody's jumping to pick him up either. So now you're so close to the draft, you're less than 30 days away. So most likely, in Donovan Smith's case, after the draft, he'll probably get signed. And that's a long time to be waiting. Now, his time in the NFL is not over and done with. He's only, 29? So he got some years left. So he will be at another team. His career is not over with. He will be able to resign. Oh, not resign. He'll be able to sign another team at some point. It's just no time soon. It's just too close to the draft. You got pro days. Scouts evaluating right now. They're not thinking about signing Donovan Smith because you got too many tackles 3 rounds deep. And that's unfortunate. This draft class has a lot of tackles, left and right tackles. And he's caught in the mix of that. And these guys are younger, more athletic, just as strong, cheaper. The main piece is they're cheaper. Chris, what's up, man? Yeah, hit the likes. We got about 100 in here. Hit the likes. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Help your boy out. But yeah, Scotty too hotty though. So why he go to the Falcons though, man? You could have went anywhere else but NFC South. That's like James going to the Saints. Now it's been a couple years. It's been 3 years since he's been over there, so it's like, whatever. So him telling them our secrets, that's kind of like worn out now. It's kind of like 3 years. 3 years. 2020, I understand the gripe. In 2021, I can kind of see that, but now it's 2022, and it was like, 2023 now. So you really can't be like, well, James over the Saints. Well, okay, it's been 3 years now, so that's kind of like past now. But now, Scotty Miller, fresh over to the Falcons. What is that about? I'm just saying, bro. You finna tell them all our stuff, ain't you? I know you is. Rat. First down. Do you believe in a parallel universe? I do. So, I wonder how, what's so crazy? If the Falcons be playing us really good, I'm gonna be like, you dirty rat. You dirty. You dirty. You dirty. But stay tuned, folks. The Bucs will probably make a couple more small moves. Like all these moves, right, that the Bucs are making are very, very low impact on the cap and also on the field. Now the kicker, as far as field goal kicking, that should be impactful. But I told y'all before free agency started, it's gonna be light. That's light. That's light. Like everything that the Bucs are doing is light. Like, and also before I leave, I also want to say this. I was in the Facebook groups the other day. I don't really, like I said, I don't spend a lot of time in Facebook groups because of the commotion and all the back and forth. NFC South Facebook groups and all that stuff like that. I don't do that because they're illogical, right? So a lot of those guys are illogical. A lot of the conversation is ridiculous. But I was in a couple of Bucs Facebook groups and they were talking about, it's bad when a fan base like ours convincing themselves about Baker Mayfield. Who would ever thought that we would get to the point where that you're reading posts and comments on that post convincing themselves of Baker Mayfield? You ever thought of that? Do you understand how that sounds? To read a post trying to make a case for Baker Mayfield when the results are right in their face? Hashtag, what have you done for me lately? Right in their face, and they literally trying to convince themselves. That's how bad it's gotten, folks. I mean, literally, like making a post, convincing themselves and others. Oh, Baker Mayfield, oh yeah. And always leaving out variables. For Baker to be successful or Kyle Trask to be successful, the players around him have to take it to another level. Another level! It's going to be hard to be successful with one of those guys at quarterback when the rest of the pieces are stagnant. Same player. Like not taking it to the next level. And that's no knock on Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield because I already know what I see with them. So in order to cover up the deficiencies, the players around them needs to be taken up a notch. Devin White, Logan Hall, Joe Tryon, Shaq Barrett, Vita, Devin White, Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, Winfield. Those guys got to take it to another level. Because if they remain the same, you guys, we're going to be in for a long season. If they play the same way they played last year, which is not bad at all, don't get me wrong. If they play the same way they played last year, just with a different quarterback, the results are not going to be 8-9. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's not going to be 8-9 season. It's going to be not good. I'm just saying, if they play the same, exactly the same, The results are going to be at best the same. At best, think about that. At best, 8-9. If they remain the same, whether it's Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield, and the players around them remain the same, like just they play the same exact way. I just don't see an outcome of a 10-7 season if they played exactly the same. Remember, Tom Brady to Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask. That is a huge drop-off. People don't understand the magnitude of that drop-off. That's why I was trying to tell y'all, 8 wins will be a great season for the Bucs. 8 wins will be a great season for the Bucs. Because that's something to build on. Anything above 8 will be a hellified season. We'll be like, holy crap. But there's a lot of things got to happen. For the Bucs to win over 8 games, to match the record last year, a lot of things got to happen. I mean, Baker or Kyle Trask going to have to play well above what they've been. Well, first of all, Baker, if he's starting, he's going to have to play well above what he's been playing for the last couple of years. Remember, 2-8 last 10 games. 10 interceptions, 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. 167 yards passing per game. Less than 20 points a game in his last 10 starts as a starting quarterback. And you could talk about the Panthers situation and the Rams situation and the Cleveland. Excuses. 2-8. That's a fact. So in order for the Bucs to be really successful, that's mean more than 8 wins. That means Baker is going to have to play well above what he's been playing the last 3 years. Put your thinking cap, put your logical caps on. And how Baker's been playing the last couple seasons is 2-8. What have you done for me lately? I'm just saying. In order for the Bucs to be really good with Kyle Trask is going to have to play pretty well in his 3rd year. Because you got to ask yourself this question. Would you rather go 6-11, 7-10, 8-9 with Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield? Let's put our logical caps on for a second. Let's have a little conversation. Who would you rather go 7-10 with, 8-9, 6-11 with? Baker Mayfield or Kyle Trask? Because that's where the Bucs kind of gonna fall in my opinion, as of right now. That's without counting any variables or the draft or what could happen as far as injuries to other teams or to us. Between 6 to 8 wins. And 8 wins is a reach right now. Who would you rather see that record with as a starting quarterback? I'm just trying to get y'all to understand. You can convince yourself about Baker Mayfield, but I would rather see Kyle Trask with that record. Because if you get that record with Baker Mayfield, what does that prove? Now you're in a hamster wheel. The best case for scenario for Baker Mayfield is you want him to have a Geno Smith type resurgence type situation. Because I know the connection with the Dave Canales and the Geno Smith and all that, but their career paths are different. Their attitudes are different. Where they at in their careers are different. You know? Geno Smith at the beginning was, but then he's matured. You could see it, right? He even welcomed in competition. Seattle might drive a quarterback. He ain't tripping. But see, Baker, on the flip side, he still believes like, oh, I'm a starting quarterback. Let your actions speak for yourself. That's what Geno Smith did. So if you want to cross connect or cross reference Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield, good luck. It's not the same. The careers, right? Baker Mayfield was the number 1 pick. Geno Smith was a 2nd-round pick. Geno Smith sat back and chilled for a couple of times, you know what I'm saying? And Baker, they got similar tracks here and there, but it's not a straight line. It's not an even track. It's not an even track between the two. So it's hard to put them two together and say, oh, it's the same situation with Dave Canales and Geno Smith and then Baker Mayfield and Dave Canales. Same thing. No. See, Dave Canales wasn't calling plays. He was quarterback coach. See the difference? Now, he's the OC. Never call plays. So there's going to be some rough moments. Trust me, folks. And the best friend for Dave Canales and Kyle Trask or Baker Mayfield is the running game, which starts with the O-line. That means getting better in the trenches. That means getting a left tackle. That means an improvement in the interior. That means Stinney, Hainsley, Luke Gedeke, Leverett. Those guys just got to make a jump. And I just named 4 guys that what top-level D-line is going to be scared of. The Bucs' interior is a problem. A 33-year-old Jensen coming off a knee injury. 33 years old. So you got Jensen and you got Tristian Wirfs. Outside of that, you can spin it how you want to spin it. Question marks. 32nd ranked run game. Rashad White. I like him. What D-line is going to be scared of the Bucs O-line? Outside of Tristian Wirfs and somewhat of a Ryan Jensen, who else is on that line is going to be like, oh yeah. Once again, the Bucs interior is going to be a problem, specifically at the guards. And also question marks at left tackle. Or just tackle, period. Because whether it's Wolf going to the left or standing right, the Bucs got 3 areas on the O-line that are in question. Coming off a season where they ranked 32nd running the ball. I'm just saying. So, in order for our quarterbacks to be good, the trenches got to be really good. Whoever they draft on the O-line, whether it's a guard or a tackle, got to be, well, you want preferably a tackle, but look, 9 picks, man. You specifically that D-line, you kind of want like 3 of those picks to be on the D-line. 2 5ths, 2 6, 2 7s. A D-lineman in the 5th, a D-lineman in the 6th, and 1 in the 2nd. 2nd, 5th, and 6th. That's where you D-line at right there. You get 3 of them. 2nd round, 5th round, 6th round. You got 3 fresh, young, cheap D-linemen on 4-year contracts. And you can develop them. Yeah, whether you want to go edge rusher in the 2nd round, edge rusher in the 5th round, and a deep tackle in the 6th round, great. However you want to mix that up. But the Bucs got questions in the trenches. D-line, tackle, right? Defensive line, defensive end, 5 technique, edge rusher, left tackle, guard. So we got a long way to go, folks. But yeah, the Bucs did make some pickups or a resign, one resign, and they picked up a kicker. So these moves might not be sexy to a lot of us, but everything helps. This team gonna need it. It's gonna be a long off season. And also, heads up too, I want to go to a training camp session, a couple of them. So y'all need to keep me in tune with the training camp sessions, specifically also the military day at One Buck Palace, because I want to attend a couple training camp sessions, live in effect. I'll be going live out there too. Yes, and of course, you know me, I'm gonna do my little sneak peek at the Saints camp too, because I live here, so I like to go do a little sneak peeking. So I'm gonna attend some Saints camps with my hat on, black shirt, just kind of blend in and see what's going on behind the scenes and what they're trying to do. A little scouting, you know what I'm saying? A little scouting early, Gotta scout the enemies, right? Behind the enemy line, so I gotta see what recon, right? Recon. Bigger 9, right? I'm strapped in. You know what I'm saying? So, but stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for the videos or the draft prospects. With that being said, hopefully everybody having a good Thursday. Throw down Thursdays, right? With that being said, fire those cannons, seize the day, raise the flag. Hashtag bus. Hashtag life after Brady. Shaking. Hashtag trenches matter. It really do. Trenches matter. You can cut it how you want to cut it. You can receive it, run it back. Hashtag trenches matter. There's no way around it. Hashtag stay humble. Prepare yourselves, Bucs fans. Please stay humble. Hashtag, what does your eyes tell you? Hashtag probability versus possibility. Hashtag Jason Light, don't mess this up. Hashtag we need starters. Period. There's no way around it. Hashtag walk the plank. Hashtag fire those cannons. Hashtag why? Hashtag what is this? What is this? I don't know. Hashtag who's going to be the quarterback? Hashtag draft is coming. Hashtag don't get mad at me. I don't play the game. I don't pick the players. I just talk about it. Anyway, I'm going to holler at y'all in another video. See y'all soon. Deuces.